This year's World Series looks like another great climax to a thrilling season. The team strength of both pennant winners, the American League New York Yankees and the National League Milwaukee Braves, is solid. It's anybody's series, and more than likely will go the limit of 7 games. So let's sketch the individual players, starting with the defending world champion, New York Yankees. Baseball's top strategist, Casey Stengel, is gunning for his 7th World Series in 7 years of managing the Bombers. The junior circuit's 3-time most valuable player, catcher Yogi Berra, is at his best when the chips are down. Berra took personal interest in last year's spectacle. Yogi's 3 home runs murdered the Brooklyn Dodgers, and he was one of the big heroes in the Yankee victory. Spelling Berra behind the plate is Elston Howard, who also plays the outfield. First base will be manned by mighty Moose Skowron. Big Bill's bat also carries a lot of weight, as he's one of the American League's 10 leading hitters. The Yankees probably count on shortstop Gil McDougall more than anybody else. McDougall plays any position in the infield, and he's always around when the world champions need the big hit. This will be Gil's 6th World Series, and he's hit 5 home runs. Slick fielding Andy Carey seems to have the inside track for the hot corner position. Stengel's secret weapon is American League Rookie of the Year, Tony Kubek. Kubek plays the infield and outfield and does more than his share at the plate. 41-year-old Enos Country Slaughter has been in the big leagues for 17 years and knows how to hit. Enos will see plenty of action in the outfield. Slaughter has hit a homer in every series he's been in, both with the Cardinals and Yankees. You may find him prancing around the bases again this year. Mr. Big Man of baseball, Mickey Mantle, holds down the center field spot. Warren Spahn of the Braves knows only too well what Mickey can do. Mantle clips Spahn for a round tripper in an all-star game. The scouting report the Brave pitchers have on Mantle is short, but not too sweet. Don't throw him anything good. Right fielder Hank Bauer is no stranger in a World Series. This will be Hank's 8th series, and he has a total of 10 RBIs to his credit. The ace in the hole for the Bombers is first baseman, outfielder Joe Collins, who has 4 home runs in 6 series. Casey Stengel's pitching staff is headed by Bobby Shantz and Bullet Bob Turley, who both had great seasons. After an injury sidelined him for a while, Ed Whitey Ford is raring to go and hopes to improve on his 4-1, 2-loss lifetime series record. Don Larson, no-hit hero of the 1956 Classic, is ready to test his no-wind-up pitching against the Braves. Cool Johnny Cooks, winner of last year's dramatic 7th game, rounds out the talented mound staff of Casey Stengel's defending world champion New York Yankees. The pennant winners in the senior circuit, the Milwaukee Braves, have a teepee full of surprises in store. Manager Fred Haney's Braves are going into the series full of fight. They're out to scalp the Yankees, and the team captain is starting catcher Del Crandall. The big war club of Joe Adcock is a welcome sight for Milwaukee fans. The huge first baseman spent most of the year out with an injury. Joe has tremendous power to all fields and is a deadly man with runners on the bases. Frank Torrey did a fantastic job filling in for Adcock, and he looms as Haney's #1 pinch hitter. Second baseman Red Schoendienst, the fellow credited with putting the Braves into the series, takes a 300-plus average into baseball's World Championship. The Milwaukee drum beater is fiery shortstop Johnny Logan. Logan hustles all the way and is alert to take advantage of miscues. Eddie Matthews, the Santa Barbara bomber, gives Haney power plus. The young third baseman is one of the most feared batters in baseball, and when Eddie gives the ball a ride, it goes all the way. Matthews has been in the National League for 6 years and has hit better than 224 baggers. Milwaukee's success story is left fielder Wes Covington, who can put a lot of lumber to the horsehide. The Wilmington whippet, Billy Bruton, is back in action after a bad leg laid him up. Bruton's value is not only his blazing speed, but his defensive ability, and he's cut down more than one runner trying to take an extra base. The Braves' answer to the Yankees' Mickey Mantle is Hank Aaron. There isn't anything that Aaron can't do with a bat, and when it comes to driving in runs, he was the #1 man for the 1957 season. Hammerin' Hank is one of the game's greatest wrist hitters. The #1 outfield replacement is Andy Pafko, who will get many chances to swing his bat. The two big chiefs of the Braves pitching staff are righty Bob Buell and southpaw Warren Spahn, the National League's only 20-game winner. Controversial Lou Burdett, a master of tricky pitches, could prove baffling for the Yankees. Long, lean Gene Conley is an excellent spot pitcher. Along with Bob Trowbridge, Ernie Johnson, and Taylor Phillips, the Braves are stacked with capable chuckers, and it's anybody's guess on either Milwaukee or New York as 1957's world champions.
New York, the 54th World Series is about to be played. The eyes of the baseball world are focused on the old familiar setting of Yankee Stadium. It's the 23rd World Series for the Yankees, American League champions, but they're first against the mighty Braves from Milwaukee. These are the colorful minutes before the rival champions pit skill and power in the race for the 4 victories which will decide the world title. Photographers are having a field day with Casey Stengel and newcomer Fred Haney, manager of the Braves. Stengel has brought the Yankees into this October show 8 times in 9 seasons. There's an air of expectancy on the Yankee bench while the Braves go through their warm-ups. Baseball Commissioner Ford Frick greets Fred Fox of Cincinnati, the American Legion's Junior Player of the Year. Mickey Mantle of the Yankees and Hank Aaron of the Braves reflect the power of these postseason antagonists. Rooting for the Braves will be Horace Stoneham, president of the New York Giants, who have transferred their franchise to San Francisco for 1958. Ed Whitey Ford, a World Series veteran, will start for the Yankees. He won 11 and lost 5 this season, coming strong in the final weeks. It's an all-southpaw duel with 36-year-old Warren Spahn, a 21-game winner during the season. Umpires and managers gather in the traditional pregame huddle. The Yankees take the field, and another World Series is on. On Ford's second pitch, Shane Deans goes out on a high hopper to Andy Carey for the first play of the series. It's a scoreless duel as Matthews walks with 1 out in the 4th. Aaron, who hit 44 homers during the season, singles to right, and Matthews pulls up at third. But there's still no score when Big Joe Adcock bounces into a double play started by Gil McDougall. Jerry Coleman stirs the crowd when he opens the Yankee fifth with a single to left. Bond tosses out rookie Tony Kubek as Coleman moves to second. Johnny Logan comes in and throws out fourth. Coleman takes third. Hank Bauer wastes no time. He drives Spahn's first pitch deep into right center, and it bounces against the wall 407 feet from the plate. Coleman comes home with the game's first run. The Yankees are leading 1-0 as Elston Howard singles over second with one away in the sixth. The pass from Spahn to Yogi Berra follows. Manager Haney comes out to calm his pitcher. Andy Carey drives a single to center. Berra beats Hank Aaron's throw to third as Howard scores for a 2-0 Yankee lead. Manager Haney calls in relief pitcher Ernie Johnson. Coleman, after missing on a swing, squeeze bunts to Johnson, who throws him out at first while Berra romps home with the Yankees' third run on a perfectly executed play. 69,476 fans are attending sport's greatest spectacle as Wes Covington opens the Milwaukee seventh with a double to left, his second hit and only the fourth off Ford. With two away, Red Schoendienst singles to center, and Covington scores the Braves' first run of the series. Now the score is 3-1. Only Crandall stands between Ford and victory. It's all over when the Milwaukee catcher flies to Mantle. The Yankees win 3-1. This was a masterful five-hitter for Whitey Ford, his fifth World Series victory. It's another perfect autumn day for the second game of the World Series in Yankee Stadium. A grim manager Haney tells reporters how he hopes to even things with the Yankees, while Casey Stengel poses with Whitey Ford, whose victory yesterday put the Braves one down. Owner Lou Perini of the Braves is on hand to root for his club, as are club president Joe Carnes and general manager John Quinn. Here's Warren Giles, president of the National League, with his son, Second Lieutenant William Giles of the Air Force. Veterans Yogi Berra and Jerry Coleman had a big hand in putting the American League champions out in front. Little Bobby Shantz, an 11-game winner during the season, will try to baffle the Braves in his World Series debut. Lou Burdett, a native of Nitro, West Virginia, hopes to dynamite the Yankees. He, too, is making his first series appearance. During the season, Burdett won 17 and lost 9. And now we're ready for the second game. Hank Aaron opens the Milwaukee second with a drive to center, and the ball goes over Mickey Mantle's head for a triple. Adcock singles to right center, and Aaron comes home with the game's first run. When Mantle fumbles, Adcock slides safely into second base. Burdette walks Slaughter with one out in the Yankee second. A single to left by Kubek sends the old campaigner to third base. Burdette hops over for Coleman's top roller, but there's no play. Slaughter scores the tying run, and Coleman gets a single. Now Bobby Shantz is up, and he connects. Wes Covington races back desperately and robs Shantz of an extra base hit with a dazzling catch. With one out in the Milwaukee third, Johnny Logan belts one. Slaughter leaps for the ball, but it's a homer, and the Braves lead 2-1. Bauer leads off in the Yankee third. And the score is tied for the second time on his homer into the lower left field seats. Hank has now hit safely in 9 successive World Series games. Adcock launches the Braves fourth with a single to left. Andy Pafko singles to the same area on the next pitch. Covington's attempted sacrifice bunt is foul. He swings, and it's a single into short left center. Adcock scores, and Pafko plunges headfirst into third. Pafko scores, and the Braves are in front 4-2 as Slaughter's throw bounces past Kubek into the Milwaukee dugout. Burdette carries the 4-2 lead into the ninth. With one away, Kubek singles to right. Then with two out, Elston Howard bats for Bob Grimm. Logan makes a great stop of the ball back a second, but it's a hit. Dangerous Hank Bauer grounds to Logan, whose throw to Shane Deans wraps up the 4-2 victory. The triumphant Burdette is cheered wildly by his teammates as the series is squared in one game each. And now it's on to Milwaukee. This is Milwaukee, home of the Braves. This is the day fulfilling the dreams which started when the Braves came to Milwaukee in 1953. This is the city, and this is the stadium. Beautiful multi-million-dollar county stadium, where the Braves have thrilled 10,225,356 spectators in 5 seasons, an all-time National League turnstile record. Today, in a holiday atmosphere, the Braves and the Yankees battle in the third game of this 1957 World Series. The fans are coming early. Their heroes are challenging the Yankees, who've won 17 World Championships, all since 1921. Now the Milwaukee Braves are on the prowl for Yankee scalps. Manager Haney is proud of Wes Covington and Lou Burdette, whose great play sparked victory in the second game. Aaron, 23-year-old Brave star, chats with newsmen. Upstairs in the open-air press box, hundreds of thousands of words will be sent to newspapers from coast to coast. Today's pitchers are two strong-armed right-handers, Bob Buell of the Braves and Bob Turley of the Yankees. Haney points out special ground rules to Casey Stengel and the umpires. The huge crowd roars its backing as the Braves run to their positions. With one out in the Yankee first inning, Tony Kubek, a Milwaukee boy, lashes the first pitch to right, and Bob Hazel's leap is futile as the ball drops over the screen for a home run. Buell loses control, walking Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra. Buell's pickoff throw at second base is wild. After colliding with Shane Dietz, Mantle races to third and Berra to second on the error. Aaron speeds back for Gil McDougall's drive, going to his knees as he feels the sacrifice fly, which scores Mantle and puts Berra on third. Simpson singles off Shane Dean's glove, and it's 3-0 as Berra comes home. Manager Haney decides it's time for a change and calls in Juan Pizarro, 19-year-old rookie pitcher from Puerto Rico. The inning is over, and Jerry Lumpy flies to Hazel. After Hazel walks at the start of the Milwaukee second, Del Rice singles past Turley. With one man out, Hazel takes third in a wild pitch and scores when Shane Dean singles. When Matthews walks to fill the bases with two out, Casey Stengel calls in Don Larson to protect the 3-1 lead. The crisis is over when Aaron lifts a fly to Hank Bauer. In 2 innings, the Braves have left 6 on the bases. The Yankees now are leading 5-1 as Gene Conley faces Mantle in the 4th with Kubek on first and 1 out. There's no doubt where this one's going, and the American League champs increase their edge to 7-1 on the homer. It's number 9 for Mickey in World Series play. After Logan starts the Braves' 5th with a single, Aaron lines a home run over the right field screen, and now the score is 7-3. It's a rough 7th inning for the Braves' Bob Trowbridge. With 2 men already in, Larson and Bauer are on base when Kubek belts his second homer. That puts the Yankees ahead 12-3. The Braves still are trying in the 9th, and for the 4th time in the game, have the bases filled. With 2 out, Crandall takes a 3rd strike, and it's a 12-3 Yankee victory. The Milwaukee followers in the crowd of 45,804 had little to cheer about today, but they'll be back tomorrow. For the 2nd time in this World Series, the Braves trailed by a game, but they'll be striving to even it up today at 2-2 in this Wisconsin baseball wonderland. It will be Warren Spahn on the mound for the Braves, Tom Sturdivant for the Yankees. Will Harridge, president of the American League, and members of his office staff are old hands at cheering for the Yankees. Gabe Paul, vice president and general manager of the Cincinnati Redlegs, and Walter O'Malley, president of the Dodgers, who will move to Los Angeles in 1958, are in the Braves' corner. Rookie Tony Kubek and Mickey Mantle, whose homers helped whip the Braves in the third game, will be aiming for the fences again. Charlie Keller, Jim Turner, and Frankie Crosetti of Casey Stengel's coaching staff are World Series veterans. This is Crosetti's 17th series as player or coach, an all-time record. The crafty Spahn was beaten in the World Series opener. This is Sturdivant's first appearance in this series. He beat the Dodgers last year 6-2. The preliminaries are over. The fourth game is underway. With the Yankees leading 1-0, Johnny Logan opens the Braves' fourth with a walk. Eddie Matthews, hitless in the series, slams the ball off the right field fence. A double. Logan races to third, and the fans go into a frenzy. And this brings up Hank Aaron. Kubek goes back, but the ball clears the left field screen, and the Braves have spurted into a 3-1 lead. With one away, Frank Torrey resumes the onslaught. It's a home run. Torrey's first of his career in County Stadium. Now the Braves are in front, 4-1. A Yankee threat in the seventh ends when Logan starts a double play on Elston Howard's grounder. Warren Spahn is only 1 out away from a 4-1 victory as Yogi Berra comes up to the plate in the ninth. Berra delays the finish by lining Spahn's first pitch to right for a single. Victory yells again are delayed when Gil McDougall singles over Shandine's glove. Berra stops at second. There's a hush over the stadium as manager Haney talks to his pitcher and decides to keep him in. The fans roar their approval. The count is 3-2 on Howard. Now Spahn is 1 strike from victory. But there goes the ball over the left field screen. Howard follows Berra and McDougall across the plate. The score is now tied at 4-4 after a typical Yankee rally. With 2 away in the Yankee 10th, Kubek beats out a hit to Shandines. Hank Aaron dashes desperately into left center, but it's a triple for Hank Bauer. Kubek scores and the Yankees go ahead 5-4. It's a glory hit for Bauer, running his series streak to 11 games. And this is Milwaukee's darkest hour. After this sudden turn, the Yankees are 3 outs from their third victory. As the Braves' 10th opens, Nippy Jones bats for Spahn and pulls away from Burns' first pitch. Was he hit on the foot? Nippy wins the argument, and Felix Mantilla runs for him. Bob Grimm is the 5th Yankee pitcher. Mantilla moves to second on a sacrifice by Shandy. Logan cracks a double to left, and Mantilla scores. The Braves have fought back into a 5-5 tie, chasing the gloom from County Stadium. It's Eddie Matthews at the plate. And he connects. Hank Bauer moves back, but the ball is out of reach. A home run and a 7-5 Milwaukee victory. It was nothing new for Eddie, as he had hit 32 homers during the 1957 season. Matthews' homer has evened the series at 2-2, and his teammates give Eddie a hero's welcome. The scrappy Milwaukee Braves and their courageous left-hander Warren Spahn have turned what looked like a heartbreaking defeat into a great victory. Early arrivals to give Milwaukee moral and vocal support for the critical fifth game are Mrs. Fred Haney, wife of the manager of the Braves, and their daughter. Haney joins them for a brief chat. Nippy Jones gleefully shows bystanders just where the ball struck him on the shoe to start yesterday's 10th inning rally. Still relishing the triumph are the home run slugging hero, Eddie Matthews, and the winning pitcher, Warren Spahn. Also, Frank Torrey and Johnny Logan, who made other vital contributions toward the victory that evened the series. General Manager George Weiss and co-owner Del Webb have confidence in their Yankees. Vice President and General Manager Joe Cronin of the Red Sox is also present. Others in the American League rooting section are two Detroit representatives, Johnny McHale, General Manager, and John Fetzer, Chairman of the Board. For this important fifth game, Stengel and Haney call on two poised veterans, Whitey Ford and Lou Burdette, each of whom already has registered one victory in the series. The crowd is tense as the game gets underway. Gil McDougall launches the Yankee fourth with a long smash to left field. It looks like a home run, but there goes Covington racing back. He spears the ball as he crashes into the fence, and somehow he holds onto it even though he is pitched heavily to the ground. Berra is safe when Adcock fumbles his grounder, and the pressure is on Burdette again. It mounts when Slaughter follows with a single to left. That brings Simpson to the plate. He sends a high bouncing smash towards Matthews to start another double play that suddenly wipes out the Yankee threat. Ford, meanwhile, is matching Burdette pitch for pitch in a bristling mound duel. In the Braves' sixth, Ford quickly retires the first two men, and then Matthews, with a final burst of speed, beats out a high-bounding grounder to Jerry Coleman. Aaron pushes a short fly to right field, and it falls between Coleman and the charging Hank Bauer for a single that sends Matthews to third base. It's the first time a runner has reached third in the sizzling pitcher's battle. Adcock strides to the plate. On the second pitch, he lines a single to right field, and Matthews scores to give Milwaukee a 1-0 lead. It's a slim edge, and the Yankees threaten it immediately when Berra opens the Yankees' seventh with a single. And that brings up Slaughter, who already has 2 hits. But this time, the ageless veteran slaps the ball directly at Logan, and for the third time, a double play ruins the Yankees. Now it's the 9th inning, and the score is still 1-0. Bauer is the first to face Burdette. He strikes out on a sidearm curve. Next is Tony Kubek. Burdette takes his time. On just 3 pitches, Kubek also is a strikeout victim, spanning on a low fastball. Burdette needs only 1 more out to wrap up the victory as he faces McDougall. But McDougall singles, and the Yankee hopes remain alive. The crowd stirs with apprehension. Advancing to the plate is the dangerous Yogi Berra. Only Burdette seems unconcerned, going through his usual ritual of rubbing the ball, tugging on his cap, and touching the rosin bag. He tosses the first pitch in on Berra's fist, and Yogi squibs a little pop-up to Matthews. And it's all over. The Braves win 1-0. Matthews hands the ball to Burdette before his Milwaukee teammates come swarming in to congratulate the winning pitcher. The victory is a big one for the Braves, giving them a 3-2 edge. Milwaukee fans are in a gay mood as they pour out of the ballpark. The 2-hour planning time of Game 5 was the shortest for series competition since 1948. The World Series returns to New York for the 6th game. Victory is a must for the Yankees today in their defense of the World Championship. In an effort to deadlock the series at 3-all, manager Stengel calls on his fireballer, Bob Turley. Manager Haney of the Braves counters with another fastballer, Bob Buell. George Troutman, president of the National Association, which includes all minor leagues, finds the cast of the series drama very familiar. All the managers, coaches, and players, with the exception of one Milwaukee bonus baby, graduated from the minor leagues. Owner Arnold Johnson of the Kansas City Athletics, looking at the talent on the field, is an interested spectator. And here are a trio of Braves who were the key men in yesterday's 1-0 triumph. Del Crandall, Lou Burdette, and Joe Adcock, who drove in the lone run. Here come the Yankees charging out of their dugout, and the 6th game is underway. With 2 out in the Yankee third, Buell loses control and walks Slaughter. Then he makes his first pitch to Berra, too good, and Yogi slams the ball into the right field stands for his 10th World Series home run, scoring Slaughter ahead of him and giving the Yankees a 2-0 lead. McDougall keeps the rally going when he beats out a hit to Mantilla. Buell appears upset. He walks Lumpy. Manager Haney strolls to the mound and calls for Ernie Johnson, his ace relief hurler. Johnson walks leisurely in from the left field bullpen, while the dejected Buell heads for the dugout. Johnson checks the rally in a hurry as Harry Simpson strikes out. With 1 out in the Milwaukee fourth, Matthews hammers a double to right center, and the Braves have a man in scoring position for the first time. Turley retires Aaron on a grounder to Coleman, and Matthews moves to third. Then Covington fouls out to Jerry Lumpy, and the Yankees are out of trouble. In the Milwaukee fifth, Frank Torrey, the leadoff batter, works the count to 3-2 and then smashes a home run into the right field stand. It quickly cuts the Yankee lead in half at 2-1. From that point, Turley retires the next 6 Braves without a ball being hit out of the infield. Then Hank Aaron comes to the plate to open the 7th. As Turley falls behind on a 3-1 count, he fires a fastball, and Aaron rockets a terrific drive, 430 feet into the bullpen in left center. It travels so fast that Slaughter has time to take only a few steps backward before the ball streaks over his head. With that blast, 3rd homer of the series for Aaron, the Braves tie the score at 2-2. With 1 away in the Yankee 7th, Hank Bauer comes to bat, hoping for the hit that would tie a World Series record of batting safely in 13 consecutive games. And he gets it on a drive that caroms off the screen that lines the inside of the left field foul pole. It's a home run that sends the Yankees ahead 3-2. In the Yankee 8th, Don McMahon is on the mound for the Braves. Berra greets the Milwaukee relief man with a double, a foot inside third base. McDougald catches a sign from Coach Grassetti at third and promptly sacrifices on the first pitch as the Yankees endeavor to push across an insurance run. Lumpy then lifts a fly to Covington in left field. And here comes Berra trying to score. Covington's throw is high and a little wide, but Del Rice makes a beautiful play, diving to tag out Berra. That leaves Turley with a bare one-run lead to protect as he faces Matthews in the ninth. He walks him on 4 straight balls, and the tying run is on base. The menacing Aaron is next. Turley suddenly reverses himself and fans, hammering Hank on 3 pitches. The Milwaukee Star taking the third strike. Wes Covington is up. Turley gets 2 quick called strikes on him. And then Covington bounces the ball directly back at Turley. And Gill relays to first for a double play. The Yankees win 3-2, and the series is tied at 3 games each. For the 3rd straight year, the World Series goes to a full 7 games for a decision. This was a typical Yankee victory on a merging of power and superb 4-hit pitching by Turley. Yogi Berra has now played more World Series games than anyone in history. Today's game was his 53rd. Once again, the World Series comes to a sudden death finish. This is it. The 1957 baseball champion of the world will be crowned today. Casey Stengel of the Yankees calls on Don Larson, the big right-hander, who hurled the first perfect game in World Series history on this same Yankee Stadium scene last year. For the Braves, once again it will be Lou Burdett. Twice he has vanquished the Yankees. The big question in the showdown battle is, can Burdett win again after only 2 days' rest? The huge crowd, including all the top officials of the major leagues, eagerly awaits the action. And the most important game of the 1957 season is underway. After Larson retires the Braves in order in the first inning, Bauer opens the Yankee half with a double. It's the 14th consecutive World Series game in which Bauer has hit safely to establish a new record. With 1 out in the Milwaukee third, Bob Hazel slaps a single to left. Logan then grounds to Kubek, who fires to Coleman at second base. The throw to second is high and wide. It pulls Coleman off the bag. Nevertheless, he goes on through with a pivot throw to first base, but both runners are safe. Matthews slams a double down the right field line. It bounces around the curve of the stand, and both Hazel and Logan race home for the first runs of the game. Casey Stengel summons Bobby Shan to replace Larson in a desperate effort to stifle the Braves' rally. First man to face him is Hank Aaron. And Hank singles to center, scoring Matthews. Next is Covington, and Chance works carefully until the count goes to 3-2. Then Covington singles, sending Aaron to third. Frank Torrey grounds to Coleman, and Aaron scores as Covington is forced at second base. Mantilla flies deep to Bauer to end the uprising. The Braves have tallied 4 runs to take a 4-0 lead. The score remains unchanged through the 7th inning as Burdett methodically mows down the Yankees with his baffling assortment of breaking pitches. On the other hand, Tommy Byrne is the fifth Yankee hurler at the start of the eighth. After 2 out, Byrne falls behind on Crandall, and when the count goes to 3-2, Dell smashes a home run into the left field stand. Slaughter narrowly misses the ball as he leaps for it at the railing, and that makes Milwaukee's lead 5-0. Burdette still has his shutout as he faces Berra to open the ninth. Berra swings at the first pitch and pops to Torrey. McDougal keeps flickering New York hopes alive when he singles to center. They fade when Kubek lunges at the first pitch and flies to Aaron. Only to brighten again when Coleman punches a single into right field, moving McDougal to second. Byrne, the pitcher, is up next, and Stengel makes no change because Tommy is a good hitter. He slashes a hit off the second baseman's glove. Mantilla's spectacular diving stop keeps the ball from going through and scoring a run. But the bases are now loaded, and the New York followers are in an uproar, visioning a typical last-minute Yankee triumph. Burdette is only 1 out away from victory, but still barring the door is the muscular Bill Skowron. Playing Skowron as a pull hitter, Matthews has moved a bit nearer the foul line. Burdette fires, and Skowron hits a terrific drive down the third baseline. Matthews makes a miraculous backhanded stab of the ball, races to third for a force out, and McDougal continues running in bounding leaps towards Burdette. Crandall arrives at the same time. In their exuberance, they do a bear hug dance before they are suddenly swarmed under by a horde of hysterical Braves. And the Milwaukee Braves are the new world champions with a 5-0 victory. Burdette is the man of the hour as hilarity continues in the clubhouse. No one pitcher ever before has beaten the Yankees 3 times in a World Series, and the veteran right-hander is the first pitcher to win 2 shutouts in a series since Christy Mathewson did it 3 times in 1905. The Braves hurry through their clubhouse celebration in order to rush to the airport for the plane that will take them back home. Meanwhile, it's like New Year's Eve in Milwaukee. The fans overrun the airport to give the Braves a tumultuous salute as they arrive within a few hours after the game. In just 5 years since the Braves moved west from Boston, they have won a world championship. The wild acclaim that greets manager Fred Haney and the Braves is proof once again that baseball still is the great national pastime. Let's join in the pleasure and excitement. See a ball game often. Follow your local team. It's fun for the entire family.